Good Monday morning, friends. Welcome back to the Big Takeaway here on Understanding Your Bible. This is where I share my big takeaway from Sunday morning at church with you and ask you to share yours with me. This Sunday, we began a new series on the Prodigal Son from Luke 15. And my big takeaway was how the pastor talked about having perspective. And he defined perspective as the ability to make an immediate decision based on ultimate consequences. And he talked about how the son's desire for instant gratification by desiring to have his life apart from his father interfered with that perspective. And after he lived his life of instant gratification, he experienced the destruction of all he had. And in that desperation of having nothing to eat and living in a literal pigsty, his perspective returned. And that was what led him back to the Father. The other thing that he mentioned was the concept of God's passive wrath, and the Father saying that the Father could have, according to Deuteronomy 21, could have refused the Son's request and had him stoned to death as a rebellious and stubborn son. But he allowed him to go on this journey, giving him what he asked for and allowing him to experience the consequences in the hope that it would lead him back to him. And that's just what happened. So that's my big takeaway from Sunday morning. Did you go to church? What was your big takeaway? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next week. Thanks, friends.